Chelsea won in phase 1 with Maresca. Super duper, scintillating, scary, dangerous, world class. Nobody's better than Super duper Mick Arteta, best looking Spaniard we know, in phase 5 with a dog, orange, lemons, the bells of St. Clemens, the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, absolutely stunk the gaff out again. Our captain was hiding in that first half. Absolute disgusting performance from that club today. Declan Rice shouldn't have been on the pitch. Neither should Odegaard, to be fair. Bukayo Saka's stinky again. What did you make of that, mate?
Well, first and foremost, I've just been shown around one of the Chelsea hotels by this lovely gentleman next to me. Yeah, because apparently I do have access into it, but I'm not. I couldn't go through like the Canterville Street. I was just having a little conversation with Jason Cundy, and Jason Cundy reckons we edged it. But talking about the points you raised about Declan Rice, I was watching him in the warm-up with a few of us, and what I noticed in the warm-up, he was passing the ball. He wasn't having shots at goal, and then when he was having shots at goal, he was shooting with his instep. So that was kind of my suspicion that, maybe he wasn't as fit as he should be. And it kind of told because, he was tentative. He got absolutely bullied by Lavia and Casado. They actually targeted him. Whilst, in that first half, you're right. I thought Thomas Partey again was doing 2 or 3 people's jobs because Odegaard got actually overrun in midfield. Declan Rice struggled, as you can see, and he had no help from like even in the forward side, people like Kyle Havertz. And I think Chelsea kind of missed a trick where I thought they were on top. They had a good chance with Gusto. From the first minute when we fell asleep, when Cole Palmer turned and shot, and it needed to stay from range, I thought, you know what, this is going to be a long time in Harrison for Fulham. But somehow in the 30th minute, we put the ball in the net, albeit offside. Obviously, from our vantage point, we were going up and down, cheering, but we're getting messages from home to say that, it was about a yard offside. It was a yard offside. Now, some Arsenal fans think that we had a spell in the second half. I don't believe that for 1 minute. There's no such thing. I thought we were in complete control. And I say it, I'll be bold to say that if Neto played on the right-hand side and instead of the left-hand side, I think we would have lost today. That's how well Chelsea. But what Chelsea showed just in the second half is their inexperience. And you've noticed that when Chelsea play against the big teams, when they play against Man City, they had a similar performance. Man City had the quality to go and win the game. At Anfield, they had a similar performance, but Liverpool just had the quality to go and see it out. And that's what kind of saved us, where our experience, got us out of problems, especially when Chelsea tired and when they made the substitutes. But let's not talk about Arsenal getting these praise. What are the negatives today? Well, the negatives are that's another game which you haven't kept a clean sheet. Another negative is we've struggled to create chances. Bukayo Saka had a lot of the ball, and because we rely on him so much, if Saka doesn't come to the party, then we have nothing to hurt the teams. Another thing as well is the negativity as well. We go a goal up after 60 minutes. We're trying to reduce the gap with Liverpool. What did we do? We went negative. Another negative as well, apart from our negative football, was the goal was pathetic. In that Kai Havertz.
Yeah, him and Marino just let him walk straight past him. That goal.
Yeah, but I'm gonna dig out Kai Havertz because Kai should know better. He's a player of experience. He was in a situation that when Fernandez gets that pass out, he should anticipate that as soon as Neto gets the ball and gets him on his left foot, he's going to have a shot on goal. So Neto shouldn't be able to look up and have a shoot aside, because what's happening now is that our defenders have to, have to come out and make his mind up. He shoots early. Our keeper's got no chance. And it was again, we weren't on top. We were 1-0 up, and you thought the Arsenal of last year would have seen it out and probably played for that draw. But let me tell you something now. The Arsenal from March to May doesn't exist no more. We're a side that's bereft
We're done,
any
We're
confidence
finished.
whatsoever.
We're finished.
Well, I'll tell you why. Well, why we are? It's because it's all mental, and that happens when you have players who are not leaders and players with the wrong mentality. Now, if that was Man United under Sir Alex Ferguson, and they had lost the league, they would have bounced back and said, I want more of that. If that was Liverpool under Bob Paisley or Joe Fagan or Kenny Dalglish, they would have come back and do that. Those two great teams. And obviously, Pep Guardiola's side in 2020, when Liverpool won the league at Cancer, they came back smarting. This Arsenal side haven't got that kind of mentality. So, I could say, if you blow the title or bottle it once, you could just about think, right, that's down experience. When you bottle it twice, I'm sorry to say, the players have folded. You look at our performances, we're just doing enough to win games. Raya has been our best player in games. Teams are seeing that and realising, you know what? Even though Arsenal have the dark arts, by the way, they tried the dark. Let me just go chronologically through the game, break it down, and we talk about the Havertz incident and the Benjamin White incident, because that's a very important thing we need to talk about. Let's just talk about the game itself and how the opposition are now sensing you have a go at this Arsenal team, get bodies forward, rush them, get in their faces. You can anticipate. You can intercept the passes. You can force them, to pass inaccurately, and then if you get bodies forward, trust me, you put that under pressure, you will score. Doesn't matter, because that is one of the situations where we are not controlling games by putting men behind the ball. We're static. We're not moving when we're trying to go on the attack, and when we're on the defence, it's just standing still and players just running off us. The amount of times in the first half, then Cole Palmer found space. He didn't run into space, he walked into space. The way Chelsea were able to clear their lines and come and get past our static press. Then let's talk about the dark arts. We were singing songs about how we were proficient at dark arts. Well, let's talk about Kai Havertz and the alleged dark arts. The second half, Kai Havertz got himself booked when Cucurella went up to the referee and said, right, there's blood in his head, we need to stop the game. What did Kai Havertz do right in front of the referee? Went down,
tried to sit down.
Tried to waste time. Tried to sit down. Right in front of the referee, he gets booked. And our fans are going, yeah. Well, sorry. Let's do it. Sorry. If you do that in front of the referee, the referee get it, then you've got Benjamin White. Our cart's Benjamin White. Well, Benjamin White took out Neto in the first half, got booked. Our fans are crying and going, dark. I keep on telling our fans, for the love of God, could you guys stop being thick and stupid? These dark arts don't work in football matches. Referees have sussed us out. By all means, we want to boast about it, but what's going to happen is we were lucky not to go down to 10 men because we do those kind of attitudes, because those were cheap yellow cards. Yellow cards.
And he's surrounded himself, yeah. He's surrounded himself with fake hard men, yeah, and yes men.
You're not hard men.
Because
but
they're fake. Ben White's trying to undo gloves and pushing people and laughing at me like when Neto went up against him, yeah. In the second half, before Neto switched to the right, when Mudryk came on and they took Madueke off, Neto was one-on-one with Ben White, yeah. And I think Neto passed the ball backwards, and Ben White was talking to him while he was jockeying with him, right? Trying to give it the big one. Yeah. Then we went 1-0 up. No, I think we was 1-0 up at that point. Yeah. Who had the last laugh? Neto.
He's got to go. But
he was brilliant today. Him and Caicedo were unbelievable today. They were so good to watch today.
You say that, but thank God for Thomas Partey. I mean, everyone says that Declan Rice is an upgrade on Thomas Partey. Wash your mouth out with soap and water. Thomas Partey is still our best player, but Bukayo Saka is still our best player. Regardless of what people say about what he does, the fact is that when he went off the pitch, our chance to win the football match went with Bukayo Saka, because at the end of the day, Bukayo Saka is a player we look to still to create something. Odegaard plays off him. You've got a big Odegaard up, because, getting that, the positive was the goal. Like Odegaard, like I said, made that pass. Martinelli got round the back. Saka made the right decision not to react to the ball. Let Martinelli have the ball, because I think Saka might have been in offside
Saka
position.
was off.
Martinelli was offside. Martinelli uses the eyes, puts in the near post, and that's one of the times where the Arsenal of last year sees the game out. But the Arsenal of this year hasn't got the quality for a start, keep clean sheets. They haven't got the quality to break teams down. Like you've noticed, Jesus came on, struggled when he came on. Marino, although we had a bit of balance with him and Partey in the midfield, Marino struggled a bit because Chelsea says that he was a bit slow in in anticipation today for him as well. But it's one of those things where you think Chelsea raised their game, but they're inexperienced. And you said phase 1 Chelsea. I'm sure if it was phase 5 Chelsea, we'd have got pumped today. We dodged a bullet today because, let's face it, you know, this game was like an epitome of how we've been playing all season. It was an epitome of our recent form, and then we were never ever going to win this game, especially with that kind of mentality. Because the things that we, as I said, the things that we were doing this season, putting men by the ball, and using like the alleged dark arts. No one's fooled by it. The opposition's not fooled by it. The referees are certainly not fooled by it. We get nothing for referees anyway. So my message to Arsenal fans right now is, first and foremost, demand that we ditch this negative style of play. Secondly, ditch these dark arts. Most importantly, for the love of God, can you please get our forwards to fulfil their potential and get some goals for this team? Because at the end of the day, how do I say it? The international break couldn't come quick enough for this football club, because I'll tell you one thing right now, we're creaking at the seams.
No, facts. Listen, get home safely, mate. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken1972 on Insta. I'll share your clips in a minute. Kenny, big up to you, man. We're out. Conky out.
Thanks. Of course.